Our trip to Costa Rica right after the Christmas holiday felt like the perfect escape from the usual routine. With just a few days to unwind before the new year, we found a cheap United flight to San Jose, Costa Rica, connecting through IAH. The travel experience was smooth, especially with the free first class upgrade that made the journey more comfortable. The George Bush International Airport layover was a breeze thanks to the United Club. Sipping on drinks and relaxing before our next flight made the trip feel like a mini vacation even before we arrived. We planned to spend the first few days exploring the Tamarindo area in Guanacaste, but it turned out to be more complicated than we anticipated. There were no direct flights to Tamarindo, so we had to book a domestic flight on Sansa Airlines. Figuring out how to get to the smaller domestic airport in San Jose wasn't easy. It was pretty far from the international airport, and the logistics took more time than expected. And to add to the challenge, our flight was delayed because of the weather for about 4 hours, which was frustrating but out of our control. As the delay passed, we realized we wouldn't make it to Tamarindo in time. Tamarindo Airport doesn't have lights on the runway, so planes can't land there after dark. With daylight fading, we had to change our plans and reroute to Guanacaste Airport instead, which was almost 2 hours away from our hotel. It wasn't the original plan, but we had no choice. When our plane finally arrived, it was a small aircraft, and the flight was predictably shaky the entire time. You can imagine how scared we were of this flight, but the pilots looked like they knew what they were doing. All we could do now was pray. But as the sun set, the exhaustion and frustration started to melt away. Looking out of the plane window, we were greeted by a breathtaking view of Costa Rica, bathed in the warm glow of the setting sun. The sight of the horizon stretching out over the landscape was glorious, making all the hassles feel worth it. By the time we landed, the sunset had left us in awe, and we were happy to be there. Fortunately, plenty of Uber drivers were available to take us to the hotel, even though it was more expensive than we initially planned. We arrived late at the JW Marriott in Guanacaste and were starving by then. Thankfully, we caught the restaurant just before it closed. The night air was fresh with the scent of the ocean, and the sight of the glowing pool made the late night arrival feel peaceful and inviting. Sitting down for a late night dinner with the calming sounds of the night around us, all the exhaustion faded away. We were finally in Costa Rica, ready to enjoy our escape. Waking up in Costa Rica at the JW Marriott Guanacaste Resort and Spa was like waking up in paradise. The first rays of sunshine greeted us through the curtains, casting a soft golden glow over the room.
Morning!
Stepping out onto the spacious balcony for the first time, we were captivated by the ocean view that stretched before us. The morning air was fresh with a gentle breeze from the water. It was one of those moments where the beauty of the place felt almost surreal. We couldn't resist heading to the beach, delaying the breakfast for a bit to soak in the scenery. The early morning sun was perfect for photography, casting the natural light that makes every picture looks magical. The golden hour wasn't just a fleeting moment. It felt like the entire morning was designed for capturing perfect photos. Every palm tree, wave, and stretch of sand seemed to glow under the sun, and we did not waste a second. It was our first time in Costa Rica, so we were excited and awed as we walked along the beach. The sand was soft under our feet, and the ocean stretched out endlessly before us, its surface sparkling under the sunlight. It was one of those perfect, fine days when everything felt right. We spent hours on the beach, soaking in the beauty around us and trying to preserve every moment in pictures. We took countless photos, capturing every angle of this gorgeous place. Imagine waking up to the serene beauty of Costa Rica's pristine coastline at the JW Marriott Guanacaste Resort and Spa. The first rays of sunlight spilled over the horizon, casting a golden glow on the beachfront and creating a picture-perfect backdrop for unforgettable photos. Capturing the essence of this paradise in photographs, each click of the camera was a testament to the joy and wonder of exploring Costa Rica for the first time. These snapshots of happiness encapsulated the vibrant colors, the peaceful ambiance, and the sheer magnificence of the surroundings. It was not just a moment captured in time, but the start of a day filled with potential and the promise of more awe-inspiring experiences in this lush haven. As the sun began to rise higher in the sky and the heat intensified, we realized it was time to retreat. We returned to the hotel for a much-needed breakfast, even though it was already late morning. Fortunately, JW Marriott offers a fantastic breakfast spread, especially for Marriott Bonvoy Elite members, and it felt like the perfect reward after our beach morning. We indulge in various fresh tropical fruits and vegetables, juicy pineapples, papayas, and green juice bursting with flavor. There was also a made-to-order station where we enjoyed freshly cooked eggs and pancakes, which hit the spot after our morning adventure. Sitting there enjoying our breakfast while looking out over the beautiful surroundings, we couldn't help but feel grateful. Our first day in Costa Rica had started on such a high note, with sunshine, the ocean, and the delicious food all coming together to create a perfect morning. It was the day that set the tone for the rest of the trip, filling us with excitement for all the adventures yet to come.